Good lighting is essential if you want to be making any sort of video, and if you want your videos to look professional and high-end, you're going to need some good quality lighting to do that. Sometimes you might just be able to use a window and use the natural light coming in from the window. However, what that means is that sometimes if the sun is going in and out behind the clouds or it's a rainy day, you're not going to have that consistent lighting that would help you to achieve that high-end look that you desire for your videos. With the light constantly changing because of the sun going in and out behind the clouds, it can make editing a real nightmare because your light is constantly changing. Now, if that's how you have been making your videos, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that because you can get some incredible results using natural light from a window. However, to take your videos to the next step, what you're going to want is a nice consistent light source, and you might want to invest in some studio lights like the one I'm using right now. This is the Aputure Amaran 100X with an Aputure softbox on it, and it creates a nice soft light to light me with no harsh shadows, and it is a consistent light, meaning it makes editing really easy as well. Sometimes though, a big studio lighting setup might not be viable because you might be traveling around and need something a lot smaller, a lot lighter, and a lot easier to carry around with you, whether it's just in your camera bag or whether you're going on a plane and staying in hotels. Something like this, that's not really going to do the job very well for you. That is where this little device comes in. This is the Ulanzi Pocket Isolite, and we're going to have a look at it in this video. Let's get into it. Now, very quickly, just before we go any further, if you are new here to this channel, my name is Scott Edwards. I make all sorts of photography, video and tech related videos. So if they are the sorts of things you are interested in, consider clicking that little subscribe button just down below there and come and be a part of this community, which is growing incredibly quickly at the moment. So that is very exciting. And hello to everyone that has subscribed through my MacBook Pro 14-inch videos, because there's been a whole load of you, so I hope you all keep enjoying the content, and let me know if you would like any more MacBook Pro 14-inch videos, because I will be more than happy to make them. Okay, so the Ulanzi Pocket Isolite. Now, thank you very much to Ulanzi who did send me this free of charge. However, I didn't need to make this video, so these thoughts are all my own, and I'm just making this video because I do think this is a pretty impressive, very cheap and affordable little device, and it can be very, very useful as well. You can use this little light for a number of different reasons and in a few different ways as well, and it has some really nice features on it that make it maybe even more useful than some more expensive lights. Now, I'm going to compare this Ulanzi light to the Aputure B7C, as that is another similar light that I use every single day on a daily basis. I have one of them here in this lamp just behind me, and I have another one on a lamp just there. I'm using it as a bit of a fill light. This is a bit of a backlight to create even more depth. However, they are slightly different. As you can see, this is a light that actually fits into a lamp, so you can use it as a lamp bulb. However, it does also have a battery power as well, so you can use it separate on its own. Now, if you're not aware of the Aputure B7Cs, I will link a video I've made up previously just up here, so you can go and check it out if you would like to. I absolutely love these lights. There are so many different ways you can use them for a number of different reasons. You can connect them to your mobile phone, so you can control everything from your mobile phone. So I have it linked up here, for example. This is the Aputure app. That is, I've forgotten what it's called, but I have all my lights. So I have two Aputure B7Cs and my Aputure Amaran connected to this, and I can turn them all off if I want to. And I could turn individual ones on and off, so that's my little fill light, and I can change the intensity, and I can do everything from my mobile phone. I can change the brightness and also the color as well if I wanted to, just like that. So as you can see, the apertures are very, very useful, and it's brilliant just to be able to put it in a lamp as well and use it as a day-to-day light. I love it. Now, the Ulanzi Pocket Isolite does have a lot of the same features as the Aputure B7Cs, just maybe not quite as polished. That's probably because the Aputure is more than double the price of this. This is about £35 and the Aputure B7C is around £90 to £100, I think. So the Ulanzi is made out of cheaper materials, but that's not to say it's a bad device, because this is very, very useful, and it is something that I'm going to keep in my camera bag all the time, I think, because it is so useful. It also looks like a mini nanlite pavo tube, which is one thing that I've never had the chance to play with, but I would absolutely love the chance to play with a nanlite pavo tube because they look insane. So the Ulanzi is very simple in design. We obviously have the main light on the front here, which has a nice little white diffusion type thing on the front, and on the back we have the buttons that are used to control it, and also a USB-C port, which is very useful. Everything that is charged by USB-C now is so much better in my opinion. I love just being able to use one cable for absolutely everything, apart from my iPhone. When will iPhones have a USB-C port? Because USB-C, everything needs to be USB-C. Now you can't connect the Ulanzi Isolite to your mobile phone, however the buttons on the back make it incredibly easy to use. So you just press and hold the power button and it will come on just like that, and then you can control the color temperature of this by pressing up and down, so you can make it a lot cooler or you can make it a lot warmer as well. It goes between 2500 kelvins and all the way up to 9000 kelvin, so it's quite a wide range. You can see that is a lot warmer, and that is only 52% brightness as well. So if we go all the way up, you can see that it is very, very bright as well. So you do get a lot of range within this little light. It is very powerful for the size of it. And then you can also scroll through different modes as well. So you can go into the RGB mode and change between all of your different colors. So you can go through all of your color temperatures and color ranges. And if you want to know what color you want to be getting to, there's this little chart on the back as well. So you know what number you need to be aiming for to get the correct color that you desire. Then you can go into different scenes, so you can have different scenes that this performs, similar to the Aperture B7C, however you don't have quite as much control over it. This is a faulty bulb. Kind of looks like a faulty bulb, however you don't get control over the speed of the flicker or the temperature in these scenes, so you are limited to that color temperature and that speed. Where that is different with the Aperture, and this is kind of what you get, what you pay for, the Aperture, you have full control over that. You can control the speed of the flicker, you have the control of the temperature of the flicker and the brightness of the flicker as well, and that is all done through the app that connects to your Aperture B7Cs. But again, this is £35 compared to around about £100, so there is a big price difference, and to have these features is incredibly useful, because if you are filming a short film, for example, you could have this off screen and just create some nice simple lighting effects. Have I turned that off? No, it's still going. You could create some nice simple lighting effects. Go, flash. Just like that. Or say you wanted to use a police car, you could do that and get some nice flashing light in your image, and obviously you could take a lot more time to get the image set up how you wanted it. However, it does give a nice effect even like this. Again, with the Aperture B7Cs, you're going to get a lot more control over that functionality, so you can control the flicker, the speed, the temperature, the brightness, all of that. You're slightly limited with this. That being said though, I do like that you can control everything from the light itself, because with the Aperture B7Cs, to have control over that functionality, you need to do it all through your mobile phone. So if your mobile phone battery dies, you can't then connect to the light and have all of that control. Whereas that's nothing to worry about with this, because it is all done on the back of the light, which makes it, in my view, potentially slightly more useful than the more expensive Aperture B7Cs, even though if you did have the money, I would probably recommend going for the Aperture B7Cs, because you can do so much with them. But if you don't have the money for that, this is absolutely perfect as a small filmmaking tool. You could also use this as a main key light if you wanted to, like I'm using my Aperture Amaran right now. However, you're going to need it fairly close to you, and it's not going to be as soft. It's going to look like a fairly harsh light. It is usable though, so if you are staying in a hotel, for example, and you just needed a bit of extra light, this would be absolutely perfect to just pull out of your camera bag, set it up and use it to film a video with. And what's nice as well is it also has two little screws, one on either end, so you can attach this to a tripod very easily and have it nicely mounted and not have to worry about anything. Now I think that is also one reason why I prefer to have this in my camera bag over an Aperture B7C, because as much as I absolutely love the B7Cs, you can't really use it as a battery powered device on its own because it is the shape of a light bulb. So if you put it down on your desk, it's just going to roll around. This you can plonk down anywhere. It's got flat edges all around, so you know it's not going to go anywhere. You can stick it on a tripod, so you've got a nice static light source that you don't need to worry about. And as well, it is also magnetic, so I don't really have anything magnetic apart from my desk leg. So you can stick it there. You've got a nice permanent light source that isn't going to go anywhere. The Aperture B7C, bit of a pain to use out and about. So overall, I really do think this is a great little light to just chuck in your camera bag and forget about. You know it is always going to work. The battery life, very good. I've not yet charged this once and I've used it a fair bit while I've been trying it out. It's pretty much still on full battery and it arrived like that as well, so that is really good. This is gonna live in my camera bag. I have carried these around with me in the past and they do come with a little like fabric pouch to carry them around in. However, they do seem, even though they are very well built, I feel like if I drop it, it will break. Whereas this, I could drop it and it might scratch it, but this isn't, you feel like you could just chuck it around and not have to worry about it at all. So I would highly recommend one of these for your camera bag if you are traveling around and you just need a bit of an extra light source. It's going to be very useful indeed. So that is it for this video. If you like what you see on this channel, don't forget to click that little subscribe button just down below there and come and be a part of this community, and I shall see you all very soon in another video. I'm just gonna try something. Hold on 1 second, let me turn all of these lights off. Ooh. It kind of works. Looks kind of cool. Kind of scary. Ooh. Right. See you later. I've tried it. Bye.